So today I am in Photoshop and I have this PNG with a white background and a bunch of text on top. And what I want to do is get rid of the white background so I can ultimately export this image with a transparent background. So how I'm going to do that is first I'm going to go to layers and I'm going to duplicate my original layer. I like to keep the original just in case I have to go back and make changes, but I'll just hide it for now. With the duplicated, I'm going to go to channels and down to the blue channel, duplicate the channel. And from here you can do Control or Command L. You can actually adjust the levels if you feel that it needs to be more intense. But that looks about right, so I'm just going to leave it. Select OK. Click Control or Command again, and click on that blue copy of the channel. And it will select everything in the channel. I'll go back to Layers, and I'm actually going to create a mask. And you can see it selected everything in the mask, but the mask is not right. We need to invert it. So we're going to go to Control, Command I, and invert the mask. And from here, you can see that the text has been separated, but we can't really see what's going on. So I'm going to create a new layer and just grab a random color. It can be anything that you really want. What I'm just going to use it for is to put behind here so we can see what's going on. It looks like there's some fringing still on this layer. And we got a little bit of... So what I'm going to do is add a color overlay. And we'll just do black. And that'll get rid of some of the fringing around here. And since it's just going to be a black and white image, it doesn't really matter if it's just black at this point. You can turn down the opacity up or down, however you feel. I'll just keep it at 100% so we get the full overlay. And you can see now we've got this separation of text from the background. And I'm going to just do another layer. We'll just put a white background so we can see what the final image looks like. And here's the final image. Another trick you can do is go back up to that layer, and if it's not intense enough, or you might not be able to see it as well as you'd like, you can actually duplicate it again, and every time you duplicate it, it'll get more and more intense, and you can actually play with the opacity however you want. But in this case, I'm just going to turn that off. We don't need two different layers. We can just keep the one. We got to turn off our background. So now when we go to File, Export as PNG, and there's a lot of settings in here that you can play with or learn more about. I'm just going to keep this on bicubic automatic for now and keep the settings the way they are. If you adjust the size, you can see over here that it'll change the file size. But for this case, I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. And we will export the final file and save it. And there you go. You have a PNG with a transparent background.